Up next, we're going to hear from someone who studied mechanical engineering at the University of Hanover. He later earned his PhD in robotics and established his first company in 2012. A few years later, he founded a company focusing on collaborative robots with human sensors, from the initial idea to the full product. Today, he and his team are working on an agnostic software platform for automation, a new standard, if you like, which is enabling a world in which we can work together more effectively and live our lives better through automation. And this platform is what we're going to be hearing about from CEO and founder of Vorausrobotik GmbH, Jens Kotlarski. Welcome, Jens. It should be working, yes. Hi, it's great to have you here.
Thanks. Yeah,
I think you need this, and let's see. Can everyone hear Jens okay?
Hi, test.
Seems to be working fine.
Great. Perfect. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. Thanks for you taking your time being here today. As mentioned, my name is Jens Kotlarski, and today I'm talking about, I guess, this is the right button, yes. It was already mentioned about an agnostic software platform for industrial automation, and maybe in advance, what is my intention today and tomorrow? I love to speak openly, discuss honestly, and maybe bring some statements here, quite direct and so on and so further, in order to kind of stimulate our afterwards conversations. So excuse at this point, again, some statements might be direct and not consisting of all the details we all have in our mind or on our mind. First of all, just a quick introduction. I mean, you already gave a brief overview of what I've done or what we have done. As mentioned, we are Vorausrobotik, located in Hanover. We are roughly 40 employees and working on an agnostic software platform for automation. Our story, our tech stack already began in 2017 when we founded the Joanna Robotics, where we established or developed, produced, distributed a collaborative robot with human-like sensors. And as mentioned, or from this slide, it becomes clear that beginning of 22, we more or less transformed this full system company to a software-only company. And what we did is we basically took the inner beauty of robotics, or took the inner beauty of automation, so took the software and deployed or distributed it to several different systems, to several different robotic systems, robotic brands, in order to update, and this is, sorry, but this is the truth, in order to update the DOS-like environment we are facing when using robots to more Windows, Android, iOS environments. And this was more or less the born of Vorausrobotik. Today, again, I would love to talk about an agnostic software platform for automation, and I would love to start with, what we have today. And again, excuse at this point, might be somehow direct here and there. No doubt, automation, and we all know about it, is a global mega trend. I mean, we turn on the TV and we see robots, automation everywhere, almost everywhere. Drivers are quite clear, demographic change, and so on and so further. But when we look at automation today and imagine, we want to realize a production line consisting of a robot, of a conveyor, of a vision system, of several sensors, actors, and so on and so further, machines, it causes pain. So it's not fun to realize those production lines, although we have technologies in place. But all these technologies are more or less outdated proprietary black boxes, at least for me. Maybe I'm not the youngest, but I was like grown with like IT possibilities and IT capabilities to develop software and to develop technologies. And this has nothing to do with automation today. So we have to handle complex black boxes to realize an inflexible production line. Imagine you finally found your experts creating your production line. You want to change anything or something. Then you have to reopen again, change your product, integrate technologies to increase quality, and so on and so further. So it's kind of a pain. Even worse, just an example, looking at this slide, we need experts, I mentioned it, for several fields. One field is PLC programming, so structured text or whatsoever. We have PLC programmers available, roughly 200K. Average age is roughly 50. So all of us can imagine what happens in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. The number decreases. At the same time, the number or the demand of automation increases for several reasons. Complexity becomes even more complex in automation because we are now having technologies to be combined in order to realize a production line that is efficient, that is like economically efficient. And you can see that the gap between, okay, what we need and what we get or what we have is increasing. So quite clear. Yeah, I know it's a quite rough statement, but if we do not change anything, the automation market will collapse. Super easy. And simply said, what I just mentioned again, because I love those pictures, those AI pictures. Oh, it's quite dark. But anyway, it's a super fancy car on the left side. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Mercedes or whatsoever. So the hardware we are looking at in automation is great, is efficient, is cost efficient, is optimized, is working together, and so on and so forth. But if we open the hardware and look behind the scenes, we see a software stack that was basically invented in the 70s, 80s. I know functionality was added, but the base is still the same. So it's kind of a journey to the past when we automate today. And this one, yeah, dark as well, I don't know. Anyway, you can see and imagine what is shown here. We have technologies that are more or less put together, higher and higher. Now we even have AI or co-pilot functionalities to be added, and we have someone, maybe we have someone to handle this tower and to make sure it's stable. But I mean, we all can imagine, especially with increasing complexity, what will happen in the next years. We cannot handle the technologies we should be able to handle in order to bring the automation to the level we need it to be in order to change. So our proposal, our suggestion, it's not a marketing show today for me. It should just show a way how we could change and bring automation together to the next level. So we call it vorausautomation. I mean, obviously it's our name, but it's also voraus, so it's ahead, next level of automation. I mentioned that we did our entire robotic system in our former company. So what we basically did is we haven't covered crap. So we haven't covered outdated technology, but we removed everything and started from bottom up with a real-time environment, a runtime, and put more and more robot functionalities on top. So drivers for several brands, drivers for arbitrary kinematics. We saw one in the previous talk, for example, like application-specific kinematics, own motion controller and operator in order to enable shop floor employees to handle such technologies. Everything is running anywhere. So it's agnostic. You can copy-paste it to existing IPCs, edge devices. So the hardware should not play the most important role in my world, but the application defines the hardware. The application defines the software stack. And then you have no limits to realize a most efficient automation application at the end. So this is how we started. I mean, yeah, I know robots is just one part. We heard it today as well, just one part of automation. For me, it's the most sexiest one, to speak open. Maybe it's the most complex one, I don't know. But at least it's one part I love to look at. But anyway, it's not the only one. So what we did is, especially for our platform, is we added more and more components. And how do you add components? Yeah, integrate field buses, like Ethercat, Profinet, whatsoever. Centralize everything in one software layer. Integrate certain APIs in order, and this is super important, in order to enable others to integrate their own IPs and assets independently from us, because this is something you protect, everyone protects. It's my process-specific knowledge, and I want to keep it with me. I don't want to share it, because otherwise I might die. So we added, and this is the open for you, we added kind of a branch where you can add your own drivers, your own ideas, interfaces, and so on and so further, without destroying the real-time capability, for example, without destroying security, for example. So keeping the requirements, norms and regulations from a productive environment alive, yeah? And at the same time, use existing technologies. So I hate reinventing twice. There is so much great outside that should be linked in an appropriate way, but without the need of experts, yeah? Without being dependent from someone. Yeah, that's it. But, I mean, adding something, theoretically fine, or changing something here, theoretically fine, but what if it could be awesome? Like super fun to add things, to open your development environment, enjoy possibilities we have in modern software development, like the DevOps, for example. Your own IDE, possibilities, we had this question, to simulate, and this means that. So here's the simulated case over one common API, to simulate your entire production line, test it, optimize it before deploying. Then you more or less shorten the cycle, or you change running systems. So you are no longer forced to never touch a running system. I mean, where does this sentence come from? I hate it. Don't change it, because the risk is too high to change it and profit from benefits or potential you might have when optimize it. I mean, what is the limitation? Why? And if you can combine and make sure everything we develop in a modern environment is tested and deployable, then, I mean, we can change more or less daily, even hourly, and benefit from our optimization potential. At the same time, when considering standards in APIs and so on and so further, we can more or less unlock unlimited resources. This does not only mean we have now programmers everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's Python, if it's Rust, who cares? It's not proprietary. It's general way of programming. And we have even unlimited possibilities in terms of technologies that are available, like vision-based AI, Copilot functionalities. Just add it. Just add it. It's all combined in one stack, so you can benefit really from it, not just in subsets. And this is how we see the automation world in the future. It's not just us, right? And this is what is given here. It's not us, it's us, right? I mean, we can just change the world together. And this is our intention with the platform. So, yeah, just a few words. 9 minutes, all right. Just a few words. Where are we today, or what we are doing today, just to give you an idea. Basically, we have two customer groups. The one is OEMs, it's robot manufacturers, it's control system providers, it's technology providers. We help them with software parts, our entire software. We brand label, we white label, we copy paste our software on existing controllers of robots. And in this context, again, what I hate is to be forced to buy additional hardware. Software should work on any hardware, right? It's fair if you love, I don't know, Siemens, Beckhoff, whatsoever, and buy it, and then ask us to copy our software on it. Yeah, it's fair, it works. But if there's no need, it should not be necessary. So OEMs, one part. The other one is industrials in our case. And in this case, I just want to highlight one customer. It's Gropius. They come from a software world, so they do not know anything about automation. This is not basically true, but this simplifies my story. So they come from a software world, now entering the automation, and for them, seriously, it's kind of a journey to history. They always ask me, why is it not possible? In software, it's possible, for sure. Why can I not do this with robots or components or automation components? It's strange. And what we do here is, or what they do basically is, they build houses with robots, and every house is individual. So you can paint it, and then it's produced automatically, autonomously, by robots. And you can imagine what you need. I mean, you have to handle or orchestrate several robots, actors, sensors, tools, and so on and so further. Everything centralized. You have to access the data, mirror it to the cloud and back. modify your production line. So you need a super flexible production line. And this is, yeah, theoretically it's possible with the stack we have today for automation, but it's super, super complex. You can simplify things by new approaches. And this is one we are doing. And yeah, what is, from my perspective, what is possible tomorrow even? And again, the magic word is the together. I strongly believe that a platform automation can just be lifted to the next level together. I love focus, because otherwise I get a burnout. So I love to partner with the right people. What is possible, even today already? Now, if we have the base, we can simply drag and drop or pick technologies, combine them, and provide turnkey solutions. No need to program over years in order to provide a machine tending solution with one specific robot. And the robot manufacturer, if it dies, knock, knock, then I have to restart again. No. I mean, I can simply drag and drop and pick and at the same time fulfill market requirements because they vary. They vary a lot. Every customer wants something different. Second, this is what I believe in, like change running systems. Develop, simulate, test, optimize, deploy in one environment. Then you can change running systems. Next step, super clear and obvious, is I love to prompt my pain. I love ChatGPT. As you see, obviously, I love generating pics with any prompts. And I would love to realize production lines by prompting my pain. What should a production line do? And then I get my code. Maybe it's automatically ordered in the future, but this is buzzwording. Sorry for that. Because, I mean, what is the overall target? And this was mentioned already at the beginning. Yeah, I strongly believe in a better life by automation. It will be the biggest market in the world, that's for sure, and it will lead to a better life for everyone. This is my purpose. And as I mentioned it, I like focus, and that's the reason why we start in industry. But I mean, possibilities are, as stated here, more or less unlimited. Yeah, that's 20 minutes. Whew. That's us. So vorausrobotik. This is my LinkedIn. If someone wants to connect, feel free. Thanks for your patience. No one fall asleep. Appreciate it. And if you have any questions, like right now or later in the breaks, yeah, I'm open. Thanks.
Thank you, Jens. I'm pretty sure no one fell asleep during that. Don't worry. I love the AI-generated images. I mean, they're just amazing. And yeah, they were a little bit dark, but we could see them back.
It's a bit dark, yeah.
But we can still see them, and they're, amazing. Really is.
It's Mid-Journey, yeah. Can recommend it.
It's a lot of fun just playing around with them, isn't it? And you said you love to partner with the right people. Then I think you're in the right place. So that's good. We have a few minutes left. So does anyone have a question for Jens? Again, just raise your hand and we'll pass the microphone to you. Don't be shy. Who knows? Jens might ask one himself if you don't ask one.
I ask one myself. How are you?
Yeah, thank you for a nice presentation. Especially the Together mode reminds me of another big Together community, ROS. How do you compare to ROS or see yourself in comparison to ROS 2?
So first of all, we love ROS. We love communities and so on and so forth. Rainer is here as well from Intrinsic. I mean, we love each other as well, I would say. The question is always, there are some pros and cons of ROS. We can discuss later. But the major question for me is it the one and only, or is it kind of a together? Because the ROS community is so strong. And we, for example, we integrated a ROS bridge in order to enable ROS people to use our stack, because it has some advantages. ROS has some other advantages, and so on and so further, especially when looking in the productive environment. But again, can be discussed later. But I hate blaming, and so this is not my intention here. And I love them all, seriously. Yeah, seriously.
It's a big question, that's why.
Yeah, it's a super huge question. It needs a workshop itself. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks.
Sounds like a follow-up task for someone. Does anyone else have any questions for Jens at all? Don't be shy. In that case, we'll take any more questions to the break later on.
Yeah.
Jens, you mentioned to me before, I think it's your first time at this get-together, yeah?
Yeah.
How are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's a pity, but I couldn't attend the first networking break because, again, this is what it's all about for me, like having honest and open discussions. I see just the audience. Everyone is like, whoa, what's happening here? So the mindset is quite right to have a successful 2-day event here. Yeah, so I'm looking forward. It's my first time, as mentioned. I was asked at Crocs in Stuttgart to attend here and present here, and yeah, now I'm here, and I'm super excited. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Jens. See you later.